Good afternoon, scrappers. Hope you're all well on this fine Monday afternoon. Home from work, just changed my shirt so I kind of look a little presentable. Also, I had to stop by the young fella having his swimming lessons, etc. Although halfway through they got canned through the lightning. Shit happens, right? Now, you may remember me yesterday in the video scrapping these things, okay? Connectors. You may have noticed that some of them weren't too convincing and they really need just a little bit of extra effort to come out. Okay, well, throughout that afternoon of scrapping these, I did more and more and more. I kind of learned, well, I picked up on a couple of things during my scrapping adventure of these connectors, and I'm going to tell you about this in a minute. I'll show you the evolution of connecting scrappers. Oh, you idiot. Connecting scrappers. Connecting scrapping connectors, okay? The evolution process of what it was to the next process of what I learned to the end result of what I think is finally the best way to do it. But before we do, I'll just give you a quick gander at this afternoon's skip-bin finds, okay? This is what I found. Now, mind you, I actually did a video not long after the video I posted of scrapping these things. But after watching over this afternoon, and there was a lot of screaming children, barking dogs, and oh my god, it just wasn't going to be great. So that's why I'm redoing it now. So let's just cut the crap. I'll show you what we picked up this afternoon, and then we'll get into these things. So let's flip this stuff, right? This here, my friends, is what we've picked up today. Well, this afternoon, okay? Some nice extruded alley plate. This thing here, it's got a aluminium casing, okay? Plug, maybe it's some sort of ballast inside. Don't take my word for it, but we'll find out when we open it. What else we got? These are also in the bin, in a box. Now, where are we? I've scratched one of these, and you may see these, my friends, are brass. So there's a nice little pile of those things that were in the bin, and they're all in a box of rubbish. Not a bad score there. And another solar inverter. Ain't that great? Bloody unreal. Let's get back to what I was talking about before. Okay, so you've had a bit of a squiz of what I collected. Not a bad little score for this afternoon. Now before we get underway, I've got to clean this crap up, get it out of sight. Well, not necessarily out of sight, but at least clear the bench that I'm going to be working on, so that way we've got a nice clean space without too much crap getting in the way. So I'll clear this up and I'll be right back. So as you can see, my working space is now clear. Let's get underway and get the show on the road. Okay, so here we are. Cleared up screws, except for that one. But other than that, cleared up screws, and this is what we've learned. Okay, so you saw the evolution, right? You first saw me unscrew these screws here, and then from there I would go about pulling them through, okay? It worked and it didn't work. Some weren't so easy to come out, okay? So not a bad way, but also not a great way. Then my thinking evolved just a little bit. And then from there, I grabbed my cutters. And then I found I would cut here, I'd cut that there, and then I'd start to peel the plastic away. And I cut it, and then they'll kind of, excuse me, and then they'll be falling out, okay? Not a bad way, okay? It was a bit better than the first one. Put that away. And then the final evolution of scrapping. Rightio. I'm absolutely no doubt that a lot of you people are already aware it isn't thinking, oh duh, this is a no-brainer, man. We already know, and that's fine. But for me, it was a learning curve for me, okay? Now mind you, not all connectors are gonna look like this and have a bottom like that. Some have no bottoms, like, well, just all solid bottom here, right? But check the side, and they have a screw here with a nut at the back. Just put your finger over the hole, get your cordless and unscrew it, and then these parts here will disconnect, and I'll show you. So, the final evolvement, okay, the evolution. Now, what I noticed during my process was that when I started cutting these along here, this thing here, it's called a backing plate. Well, that's what I call it. And it would start to fall off. So then I investigated. And if you have a look, some backing plates look like this, okay? And if they look like this, it's about putting a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver on the side. Now if they look like this, there's a little hole, okay? See that little hole? Make sure you've got a skinny flathead screwdriver, and you put it in the hole, okay? Put it in the hole, as long as this is going to fit. But hang on a minute. What I'm going to do is, just going to do that, okay? Pry it up, and bingo. Cover fell off, and they fall out. Isn't that bloody awesome? Unreal, okay? Again, where's the hole? This one here, it has a hole. Put it in there and pry it open. There we go. Just let me just get that there. Oh, we have encountered a small little problem. I wasn't expecting this here. So, I will get back to this one in a second. Maybe for this one, we can go to the evolution of scrapping number 2, and that is cutting, which I'll demonstrate, okay? So, we'll go back to this one here. There was no hole on the side of this one, okay? So, put the screw in the side, okay? Just pry it open. Pry it open. Done. And again, they will just fall out. Easy peasy. Get that out of here. Okay. Great. Pry it open. Okay. There's a hole. Oh, nearly stabbed myself, but I've got to be careful. We don't need the ambulance on the video. Goodness. But you know what I mean, okay? How easy is that? Now, as I said, they're all not going to have this backing plate on it. But the ones that do, gold. Yep, don't mind the plastic flicking, okay? It happens. But there we go. Mind you, I didn't take out the screws. But lucky I got the screw bucket right next to me. So, just Makes a little bit of fidgety work there with the screws still on, but pays to pay attention and have them removed first. So that's that. Okay, so back to this one. Let's go back to the evolution of scrapping the second stage. So the second stage was I got these and I would cut them open, okay? Cut them open and peel it. Don't mind the plastic. That's what happens. And while I'm here, cut a little bit more, and don't mind crap falling on the floor. That's no good, but we don't want crap on the floor. No doubt that the scrapping evolution, the last one is the best. But when things look a little different, okay, mind you, there we go, that pulls out. Okay, that pulls out. Now we'll just tie that up. Just maybe put that there. And that should pull out. Yes, it does. That's the grouse. It pulls out. Okay. Kind of winging it too, mind you, because I kind of forgot for a second. But there, look at that. Unreal. Unreal. So, hopefully that was a pretty reasonable demonstration, making sure nothing is on the floor, and I can see there is nothing. So let's just put this aside, and now the bloody dogs are barking again across the road. These things, I also scrapped these. These are called an electric ballast. You've probably seen them, or you may have just ignored them, or you've already probably scrapped them yourself. Let's do a quick demo of one that I pulled out of the bin. Some brass screws. Rightio. I probably should check them, because you just never know. And looking at these, closer inspection, they are not brass. They are brass coated, because I can see steel exposed underneath a bit of scratch paint. So, in the steel bucket. So, here again, skinny flathead screwdriver, Phillips head. Okay, lift that up, and pretty sure backing plate here. Okay, I know my hands are getting in the way a little bit, but again, it's a backing plate. Okay, up, so we've got some screws that are holding that on. Now we know that these are definitely going to be brass. That is that. A little bit of cable there. That I keep in the drum. plastic there, and that, my friends, is an electric ballast. Okay, for me, if I find them, I keep them, take the plastic covers off, put them in a circuit board drum. As you can see, there's brass here. Sometimes they are silver coloured, okay, but still brass. So all I do is grab these things and just give it a little bit of a twist. To remove them, whatever message that was for. And again, do it again. Oh, bit of the circuit boards come off with it. Doesn't matter, let me just tidy that up. Okay. Brass there. Bit more brass here. Just try to hold it a bit on the firm side to avoid getting too much circuit board off. A little bit, you can't help it. Okay. And there you have it. Brass. Where are they? Not in the picture. There we go. Right there. Lovely. And then now this, I won't bother to remove this electric motor here. And I probably won't bother moving that either. It can just stay there. And that can just be sold as it is. Mind you, got these connectors here as well. And they're also brass on this particular one. So, maybe I should just remove it, eh? Unreal. But mind you, there's plastic as well. Don't worry about the plastic, it can stay there. And if it stays there, I can just sell it as a dirty brass. It's fine with me. That will go in the circuit board drum. So let's look it back at me, okay? Bring it, oh for goodness sake, let's bring it up. There we go, look at me. Oh gee, that's, what a relief. So hopefully you found that little demo interesting. Gee, the video I did yesterday only took 10 minutes. This has gone for bloody 17. Never mind. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, ring the ding, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you in another video, maybe at the end of the week. See what happens. Peace out, my friends.